I'm Shripad Sinnakar. I'm from Dharavi, Mumbai, and I did my post-graduation in philosophy from University of Mumbai last year. I was keenly interested in the urban issues, and so much of its topics were part of the work, the writing that I did. So one of my friends introduced me to this course, and it fit with my interests. It was to understand urban in its undergrid, in order to understand what makes the urban, the infrastructure that makes its flesh, its content, its history. There were like various conceptual, theoretical frameworks we were introduced to a lot of our experiences too. And there were this planning, there were infrastructure and so many urban issues to tackle with. But more than what I learned here through the course or through the faculty was more than that, I learned it from my friends because how diverse the entire cohort is. So I learned a lot from my friend Roy, who is from down south, and he tells me about this Dravidian politics, about Perrier politics, Perrier philosophy, and my friends Sushmita and Aditya, who are from different part of the city, and they come here and they teach me about their village. They tell me about their village and they invite me there. And it's how urban works differently for them because they see urban differently. So it's almost as if a parallel movement to it. There's one thing to like know about something, and there's another thing to like having to present them. So we had this media lab, we had uh, data lab, we had word lab, we had GIS. So in order to like present your thoughts with infographic, with pictures, with videos. So yes. I love the fact that there is no one way into knowing, and that it could be like someone like my friend Priyanka, who is a poet writer, and she could tell me about urban through storytelling. And it could be like someone like my friend Sushmita, who is a designer. She could tell me about urban through her illustrations. Someone like Roy, who works through academia, he could tell me through like the politics of the urban. So there are so many ways of knowing it. So that's the fun part. I really enjoyed Practica because there was this urban designer, there was an architect, there was this engineer, there was from someone from sociology background, and I was from a philosophy background. We were one group, and we came from like different places, and we were like left out on the street to like tell us now, and we did, and it was so fun. It was too fun. That was the best part of UFP. Since everyone has different uh, ways, perspectives, framing of what of their perception of what the city is, to like bring it together and to make something out of it, to structure it, to organize it, and to like translate it into a PPT or a paper or something that could simply be a question. It could be a simple observation, and that could translate into a simple question. And there might not be like a single answer or like no answer at all, but the fact that there's a question out there, that we produced a question while just going outside and observing and talking to people, that was the most interesting part of Practica. In Practica, we let empirical data mediate what our questions, what our inquiries are going to be. So if we have to know about housing, we wouldn't start it through text. We would start it by going outside. We would start it by visiting RT Nagars, tall housing structures, bungalows, and we see there are parks. Where are the parks? Are the parks near the chawls or are the parks near the buildings? What type of buildings? What typologies of buildings? That's why I think practical visits were very important. I worked at KNOW, which is Knowledge in Action for Urban Equality. So there are various workshops that are conducted, like on tenure security, on housing, eviction, data. So I go through those archives, through those videos of these workshops, in order to make a pamphlet out of it, or perhaps video out of it, or like bits and pieces of it, so that that knowledge could be preserved and make it communicable to academics, non-academics, researchers, activists, lawyers, so that it's circulated amongst everyone. So it's done through WhatsApp videos, it's done through web pages, it's done through reports. There's one thing to know theoretically about the city, its history, its ways of functioning, its structure, and there's another thing that you learn from your friends, your co-fellows in this cohort, who complicate those theories through their experiences, through their lives, through their livelihood, who, like, you know, we were taught theories that were from different country, but if you see it in our country, it's so localized. It's caste, it's gender, it's class, and it's so complicated in a way. And the fact that everyone here came together, and I learned so much from so many of my friends. It was very fun. It was too much learning. It's too much. Even with working, there were conflicts, but at the end of the day, there's no winning and there's no losing. If you're gonna do for practica, there's nobody at your neck like you will lose marks. No, you will not. You will work together. You will share ideas. So this whole meanness of this is my idea and you can't use it, but it works in a different way. It's my idea and you throw it out and you see it transform into something else because there are like other people coming together and working with it, and the way you see it shape, it's so beautiful.